And we're back again with the garden show. While teaching air layering, I found a problem with some of the students were having is that of the one of the wrapping. It was a little bit difficult for them to wrap with the foil, so we kind of tried out another way to do air layering without have to do the wrapping. This is a recycled water bottle. We can use a ramen cup. You can use just recycle plastic cup, and what you want to do is actually make a hole in the center. Again, you want to identify the plant you want to air layer. In this case, we have Lipia graveolens, which is actually the oregano that they use to make escabeche with. Alright, so we want to air layer this plant. Now I already identified the branch I want to air layer. Now I have the part where I'm going to insert the rooting medium on. So first you got to do is carve a hole at the bottom and open it so it can go around the plant, something like that. You want to make it fit like that, but we want to mount it so it stays. You don't want it to be moving around. So first what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna make the scarification on the plant itself. So again, you go the same method all the way around. You want to scar it all the way around so that the plant can root. Alright, and this I found easier on plants that are low or shrubby plants. This method is very easy. On roses it would be excellent. On a lot of flowering plants, hibiscus, I use this method and it is very effective. Alright, you want to clean it all the way around. Again, same rules. Again, remember your knife has to be clean. Do not touch the cut that you are making. The plant has to be out in the open, in the sun. If it's going upright, it's even better. Alright, we cleaned it up already. Now we want to take the container. We want to mount it so that the wound that you make stays right in the middle. Again, right in the middle you want to have it. Alright, so we're gonna take some fishing line. We already inserted some holes on the container, so what I'm gonna do is thread it in. Alright, you can actually use the same branch just to attach it. Alright, and just tie it right there is okay, and that will be a good height, and it pulls down, stays right in the middle, and just tie it so that it reaches right in the center. Right about there. Now if you notice, it is open, it opens, so you want to take some tape and just tape the cut that you made. The soil mix is not going to be too heavy, so you don't need to worry to tape it too much. Alright, the bottom you don't have to worry about. The bottom it can, so that when you water it, the water can actually drain and not stay in the container. So you take your regular soil mix, alright, and just apply it. Again, you want the branch itself to stay in the center. If it pulls to a side, then that's not good for you. So you want to have soil going all the way around, right in the center. Remember, the cut needs to stay right in the middle. Alright, once you have filled up your rooting medium, this is the rooting medium. You don't want the rooting medium to be moving too much, or else you will have problems with the root. So if you want to tape it, and that's okay. All right, just so that it doesn't move. You don't want it to be moving again, or else the root would pop, and you will have poor. It will still root, but the roots are gonna be having problems, and the plant is gonna turn yellow. You're gonna be having problems for it to root. Once you stabilize it, it's in the center, remember, and the cut is more or less in the middle. You want to go ahead and water it like you would a regular plant. Just take it as a plant that you have in your nursery, and every day you come and you water it the same way. The same time you water your nursery plants, you come and you water this. Just take it as another plant in your nursery, water it. It will dry out, unlike the one with the foil. You don't want that to dry out. This one will dry out on an everyday basis, so you need to water it on an everyday basis. If it rains, then you don't need to water it for at least 3 days, but you need to monitor the rooting medium. If it's going dry, you want to water it. All right, eventually you will see the roots starting to pop out, coming out from the bottom, and again you do the same procedure. You go ahead and you cut it, take off some of the weight on top, you repot it in a bigger pot, and there you have next way to do air layering. So this will be about a month and a half to 2 months, and then we have another Lipia graveolens again to add to our nursery. Here we have an already rooted air layer. This is a macadamia nut. We were doing the bilimbi, but this is a good example of how it will get. Here we have the roots already sprouting out, so it's ready to be removed from the mother plant, and you will notice that it already has flowers on them. So if you take this air layer and cut it, stick it in some soils or rooting medium, it will start giving its fruit. You don't want to do that. You want to discourage a plant to give the first year's fruit, so you cut off the flowers, and the following year you leave it to bloom. You leave it to flower if you want to. But this is a good example of how it should be in about 2 months. Thank you for watching the Garden Show. I'm Rudy Aguilar. Stay tuned for future episodes only on the National Channel.